This podcast is part of the Deluxe Edition Network. To find other great shows on the network, head over to deluxeeditionnetwork.com. That's deluxeeditionnetwork.com.
Hey everybody, this is Chase from Barrel Age Flicks. Go ahead and check out our Patreon for raw, uncut footage and early access to all of our episodes. The link is in the description, and it's only $5 a month. Thanks for listening.
Y'all ready?
Yes.
All right, let's go.
Hey everybody, this is Barrel Age Flicks. I'm Lenny, yeah man, and this is...
Hey, this is Ron. Let's drink and talk some movies.
And...
Hey guys, this is Sammy. Let's do this.
we also have...
What's going on, you fucking nerds? This is Tyler. Let's talk about some modern mythology.
And finally...
This is Stu. Let's drink, motherfucker.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your tits and beanbags, because here it goes. This is Barrel Age Flicks, and it's called The Hot Take. And we
I just think that Tyler's fucking...
we just got back from the theaters.
Oh,
The
fuck.
motherfucking theater.
Hell
motherfucking
yeah.
theaters.
Shit, how long has it been? 2 years?
Fucking
years.
long
It's been a
ass
long
yeah.
time.
I've missed that movie,
dude,
Popcorn.
that theater was so fucking crowded.
Oh my god,
It's
so it's like, I'm
ridiculous.
glad we bought the tickets like,
Yeah,
a
like
month
maybe
in advance.
10 people all together in that fucking
Yeah.
theater?
Maybe, possibly.
Yeah, and they're sitting like in the very next row in
Yes.
front of us. I'm like, go sit somewhere else.
Yeah, we had that fucking annoying like group of kids that just went up and started talking in the middle of the movie and trying to figure out, oh, we're in the wrong theater or something like that. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, I'm like, you're going to stand there? We'll get to it. Anyways, so we went to the theaters and we saw Halloween Kills, and we are now recording. Before we kick off anything, I'm going to throw it out there now for those fans that are listening. Big fat spoiler alerts. Okay, so if you don't want any spoiler alerts,
Throbbing spoiler alert.
they're just vibrating.
Of course you'd say that.
With energy. So do not listen any further unless you want to hear spoilers. If you don't give a fuck, then welcome. So I'm going to be handing this off to Tyler. Tyler chose our drink for this, and very, very curious what you got for us, buddy.
Oh yeah, dude. So this one's actually kind of this is a new one for us. This is the first time we've ever actually really done like a wine. You could say like that the mead we did like for 13th Warrior was it's a honey wine, whatever mead or
kinda.
whatever.
Yeah.
No, not really. This is like the first time we're actually doing like a wine. So for this, we're actually
Classy.
doing. Yeah, no, we're actually like we're moving up in the world, like as we're talking
Yeah.
about titties and bean bags, whatever. Yeah, we're classy as fuck, everybody. So, anyways, so this is Apothic Inferno. It's from the Apothic Winery out of Modesto, California. Per their website, it has a red blend with a fiery bite from whiskey barrel aging.
See, that caught my mind right there, the whiskey barrel.
Yeah, I do. I knew you like it. Plus, like, the name of the show and everything. Like, it says whiskey barrel aged for 60 days. I was like, well, this is fucking perfect. And the bottle is actually really fucking nice. It's really, really awesome looking. It's at the A of the Apothic. It just kind of like melted, or like not really melted, but just like covered in flames.
Yeah.
And based off the trailer, like the scene with the firefighters and everything like that, like I thought it was a perfect fit.
Oh, yeah.
Name, everything just kind of works. Like, Michael's mask, you can tell from the trailers, he like has like this burnt side to it and everything. So like I just thought this works really well. So
Crispy.
yeah, that'll
Try it
further
out.
do. Cheers.
All right, cheers, guys.
Prost.
I can't reach. There we go. You guys are supposed to smell it first.
I did smell it.
You take it in and then you...
Well, I have COVID, so I can't smell. So
I can definitely taste the barrel. I can definitely taste the barrel taste in there.
you can. Yeah.
Yeah, I can. But
Ooh, yeah. I like
why-
it. That's good. Well, okay, you're
I'm not a big wine
unsophisticated,
drinker.
Ron. You're not a wine connoisseur.
I don't drink wine. I'm just not a big wine guy. I never have been. I got bad history with wine, so
I don't mind. Like there was a time when I used to drink wine like almost every night. Now not so much, but
Are you Italian?
no, I used to. So okay, good, like little side thing. Back when I was
so glad to have you
I was
back.
a little chubbier. I was trying to trim some pounds, and one of the things I found out is that I actually like drinking wine, specifically white wine, is way better for you calorie wise than like drinking beer. Like drinking a beer is like eating a fucking loaf of bread. So I started drinking more wine, and I found that I really loved Chardonnays particularly because they're a little bitter, a little dry, but really fucking good.
I'm gonna start calling you Big John.
Big
Are you Little John?
Little John.
Oh, I'm definitely Big John.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, so no, and it as far as wines go, and this is a red. I'm not a big fan of red, but this isn't bad.
It's not bad. Like I said, if somebody offered me to it and it's alcohol, so I'll take it. It doesn't have that bad of a taste to it. It's just not my mug of beer. You know, it's not my thing that I would go for. But it's okay.
Ron literally said it. If it's alcohol, I'll drink it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, of course. We're alcoholics here.
To be just to go ahead and give it the rating, I'd say 1 thumbs up, 1 thumbs down. I'm not a big red fan, but as reds go, I like it. So, yeah.
I guess I'll go ahead and give it about 1 thumb up. The one thing I do like is I do taste that barrel taste. I can taste that inside it. Like when it first took that first gulp, I can taste that.
And because it's alcohol, and he just really wants alcohol inside of him, so.
Yes, of course.
How
about you?
Put that inside of me.
How about you, Tyler?
No, dude, I like it. It's so it's definitely like a drier red. It's not like as sweet as some reds that I've had. I'm not gonna pretend to be some sort of like wine connoisseur. I don't really know shit about wines. I know
you got to hold your glass like this, Ron. That's how it's done.
I'm not sophisticated like that.
So obviously you guys can't see whatever, but Lenny is holding his glass like he's cupping his balls, or Little John's balls.
I have a very gentle touch, ladies and gentlemen.
Actually, you're not supposed to hold it like that. That's what they have long stems because of the heat.
This is how you hold. Backstory. This is how you hold a goblet. But I like holding cups like this because I think it looks fancy. And my wife gets really mad. She's like, "That's not how you hold. That's for goblets." I'm like, "I'm going to hold this like this just to be annoying. I don't even care."
I'm holding it by the stem, and that's the way I feel like you have to do it. So there you go.
So yeah, 1 thumb up. It's good. I like it. I've had better.
How about you, Stu?
Well, the tannin levels on it is very.
I
don't fucking know. No, I'm not a big wine guy. I know enough about it to not seem like a complete fucking Neanderthal, but it's okay. It's
those fans of ours that are like big into wine are like, "You suck," because we don't fucking know anything.
So we got 4 1 thumbs up on this, huh?
Yeah. So I think that average. Let me do the math. Carry the 7 x squared. That's a 1.
So very appropriate pick, Tyler, for this. Again, the artwork on the bottle,
it matches that scene.
It sounds like a very kind of basic thing to do, but like my wife and I both are guilty of it. Like we'll sometimes pick out a wine based off of the artwork on the bottle.
There's so many fucking wines out there now. Like what else do you have to go off of? Like unless like word of mouth, somebody tells you like, hey, this is this fucking Barefoot trash wine, whatever, is actually pretty fucking good for the price. Like you really don't know what you're looking for, so you really have nothing to do but go off the label.
Well, there's wineries like basically all over the place, but just like microbreweries and breweries are just like coming up left and right all over the place.
Oh, dude,
I mean, they're everywhere.
The market's so fucking saturated.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, I say that whatever as we're doing a podcast, and like officially we hit like 2 million podcasts this year, whatever being out there being published. So, whatever.
Well, we're the best, goddammit.
Yeah, we're
well. Hey, for those of you that decide to tune into us and not the other guys, we really appreciate it. We are eternally grateful as usual. So
yeah, that's fucking.
Well, there are all 2 of you that do.
Yeah, exactly. My fan base is cis, man.
Well, so let's go ahead and get into this fucking movie experience, this movie theater experience that we saw. Now, first of all, this is the number one question. Do you guys think this was worth seeing in the theater? Or do you think this was a sit-at-home movie or worth the theater experience?
I mean, that's a good question because Peacock did put this out there where you could rent if you had the premium service. Then you can get it. Was it just the premium? Well, that's what I read. Is that if you had the premium,
so
then like
there's 2 services. There's the premium and there's the one where it's like $4.99 and you have to deal with like ads all throughout the movie and stuff like that.
So hold on. So there's HBO Max, Peacock, Stars. Like how many more fucking
Paramount
streaming?
Plus and Netflix.
Fuck off.
Discovery Plus.
Yeah.
They're trying to erase cable altogether and just make everything
Yeah,
fucking
but
streaming.
the thing is too is like, oh, well, you like this movie? Do you have Peacock? Oh no, you have HBO Plus. Well, you're fucked because you need to do this instead. Like, man, fuck you, dude. No, I'm done. Because at the end of the day, if you like
Add all of them together.
yeah, it comes out to like $50, $60, $70 a fucking. It's the same as having fucking cable. It's
Yeah,
like,
no, you're
get
right.
the fuck
I
outta
think
here.
YouTube even has an experience too because there's YouTube movies,
Yeah,
Shudder.
yeah.
I mean everything.
Fucking
Yeah,
ridiculous.
well, it's like YouTube Red or Premium or something.
Yeah, I had it. It basically what it does is there's TV shows. You just move because you can find like full movies on there on
They
YouTube.
have ads on them though.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you get the premium service, you don't get the ads.
Yeah,
you
well,
don't get.
I know like when the Cobra Kai came out, a lot of people were getting the YouTube. They're like, "Fuck yeah, that show is awesome."
Well, didn't that go on Netflix now?
Netflix,
Yeah,
Netflix bought it.
the YouTube, as far as making their own stuff, they realized it was a failed experiment.
Yeah.
So they've kind of
Yeah.
gone away from that.
Yeah.
And
Netflix bought it up, which was smart because that's a very successful show.
Oh yeah. So overall, yeah. So I mean, the theater experience. I mean, what's y'all's answer on that? Do you think this was worth seeing in the theater?
Dude, I think anything is seeing where like I really think that like that movies like this, man, where it's like it's pretty fucking big. Like, I think it was definitely like worth like seeing in the movie. Even,
Yeah.
like, even though this isn't like a really like a truly like epic movie, this isn't The Matrix or whatever. Like this isn't Braveheart.
Yeah.
Like it's definitely. I enjoyed it, dude. I definitely dug seeing it in the theaters, man.
Oh, I got chills
Well, yeah.
on that scene. I'm going to just say the one scene right there. I got chills, and I told Letty sitting next to me that right when he's just standing in the doorway of that burning house, and you hear the music, I was just like, oh god, he's about to fuck some shit up. I mean, I
Yeah.
fucking loved it.
What was cool is that like he came out and he stood on the front porch, and ordinarily like firefighters would see that and go, "Oh no, a victim!" But just the way he's standing, he's holding a Halligan bar. Like all the firefighters standing in the front yard realized, "Oh fuck!" And they started like, dude starts the chainsaw. They're like, "Let me find a weapon.
Grabbing
Like
the axes.
we got to defend
Yeah.
ourselves." And this dude just fucking wipes the floor with everybody. It was awesome.
Yeah, no, that was a fucking kick-ass scene.
was so
There were
cool.
some cool scenes in this movie, but there were some flaws too, and definitely some things to talk about. So
So how do you want to go through this, man? Do you want to like just try to like hit like all the beats of the movie, and we'll kind of talk about each scene like as they happened, or do you want to like we'll just talk about whatever?
I think we should just like randomly go throughout the movie of scenes that we've loved first, and then start getting to the stuff that we did not like.
That
the
sounds
things-
good.
Because first of all, I think we all enjoyed that fucking scene out of the house, but
Yep.
the end. There was a scene. I guess I can go ahead and talk about the end right now. Do you think it's too early to do that?
I said spoiler alerts at the beginning of this fucking thing. So
Well, I am going to say this.
How about this, man? How about you just go first, man? Like, what were some things that you really liked about this movie?
Okay, I liked seeing Michael Myers. Anytime Michael Myers was on the screen, I was happy. But whenever you saw you know what? I'm wrong. I actually enjoyed Anthony Michael Hall. I thought that his character as Tommy was actually a really good character. And, he also explained the whole history with him shooting his partner and then, feeling like it was his fault for bringing Michael Myers the way that he was, right?
Anthony Michael Hall didn't shoot his partner.
No, that was Hawkins.
Yeah. You're merging the two together.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I am completely sorry. Yeah, no, Anthony Michael Hall was Tommy. Which one was Tommy? I'm getting
Yeah,
confused.
Tommy
so
was,
everybody, don't worry about the spoilers because we
one
could
of
be
the two
fucking getting it
boys.
wrong.
Shut up.
He was the little boy that Lori protected, like that.
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm getting completely mixed up.
Yeah, you are.
who's the boy?
Really fucking quick.
Wah, wah.
Really fucking
my
quick.
head's all over the place. I apologize.
Borderline punishment shot, but no, we're
But
Which, by the way, Hawkins survived. After the after the 2018 Halloween. That's pretty fucking obvious that he fucking survived because we just talked about him. Which I thought was a very interesting way to bring that character back. Because if you guys remember the death scene in 2018, it was pretty fucking, everybody, it was pretty set up to, oh yeah, that motherfucker's dead.
Yeah.
Let's keep on rolling.
Get fucking stabbed in the neck, run over, like
Yeah, he got ran over. That was the other thing. I'm like,
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
But I mean, he was in the hospital bed not moving, so he probably was like paralyzed or something like
or
that.
maybe his legs were fucking mangled. or
Yeah,
something.
so-
I don't know.
But yeah, dude, what were some other things you liked about the movie?
Okay, so there's the part of the ending I liked. It was starting to get good, and then it completely went the other direction, and then it went the other direction again. Like when you see Michael Myers and he has his mask off and he's heading to get his mask back, and you see all the town basically surrounding him, and you see him put his mask on. I was starting to think, oh, is this gonna be another scene just like coming out of the fucking firehouse? And no, it wasn't. He got the fucking shit beat out of him, basically to the point shot up and everything else. And you truly thought that he was dead. And I was thinking, I guess they're gonna end it right here. Maybe somebody else is gonna be the spirit of Michael Myers or something, because you know that there's a third movie coming out. But then you see Jamie Lee Curtis, Laurie Strode, talking about the whole thing about the legend and how he gets the more he kills, the more that he gets damaged, that he gets more powerful, basically. So it's almost making it feel like it's going to become supernatural in a way. And that's how I see it. And then all of a sudden, he just rises up and starts kicking everybody's ass, like basically just beating everybody down.
But they don't really show it. That's the thing.
That's the thing. It was like the camera was like so close to the characters, just seeing them again, you don't see it.
But I think they did a good job. And that one, the choice the director probably was making is he wanted to feel that the world was closing in, and that claustrophobic feel, and then all of a sudden that beast being unleashed in that tight, caged environment. So, because before he was stuck in the group of cars with them getting the shit beat out of him, but then once that switch flipped, he's like, nope, you guys are fucking stuck in here with me, and you're all within my fucking kill zone now. You are within my fucking radius, just like they were talking about him being an apex predator. You don't fucking get that close to a goddamn lion. You don't fucking do that. All right, and that's what he showed them. Like, you guys all come in here.
You done
come
fucked
in
up
here. Now I can fucking wreck your shit.
Yes,
and that's what he did.
And another thing I loved, I know you, Stu, and Tyler are both gonna give me shit about the fucking homage to Season of the Witch. Yes. The freaking three masks.
No, I actually kind of like that. No,
Good. I fucking love seeing all three of those masks, especially with the witch hanging, and then you had the pumpkin and the skull around on the what's it called, the merry-go-round and everything else. I fucking loved it. I'm glad. Punishment shot.
I will take it.
Yep. Punishment shot.
I really thought no need for a vote. I 100% take it.
Shit.
I thought I had it muted. I forgot to turn it back up off after.
Yeah, I muted my phone like right when we started the show. So make sure you mute. You can see Tyler and fucking Letty looking at their phones, making sure they're muted.
I will.
Mine was only on vibrate.
So. Yep.
All right, so here is your blue hypnotic. Whatever you don't, I don't know why you don't like that drink. I mean,
yummy,
fucking tastes like
yummy. I got love in my tummy.
All right. Do you like eating rotten fruit?
I don't think it tastes like rotten fruit.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's fucking nasty.
Ah, you're a pussy. Did you enjoy that?
So let's
guarantee my reaction to it is nowhere near as bad as what your reactions are going to be.
Okay, shut up. I'm not getting one.
Oh yeah, when that bottle's finally gone, right there, that little bottle that's sitting right there. When that bottle's finally gone, and you get the replacement. Ooh.
You already know what it is, don't you? Apparently, I'm going to be getting some shit type of tequila or something like that, like down in the barrel, like really bad tequila.
Hell yeah, dude.
I don't know. Apparently his coworker is going to buy the bottle or something like that.
He's already done that research.
God.
Yeah.
Now we have our fans buying punishment stuff.
I'm totally down with it.
A bottle called El Toro Tequila. It is $10 for a 750 milliliter.
Oh my God.
It has a little tiny sombrero on the hat.
Oh, dude. Yeah, it does? Yes.
Dude.
I love it. Dude, I fucking love it.
And out of thousands of reviews, it is universally panned as the worst tequila they've ever had.
That's fantastic.
Oh, dude, I love it. Look at the little hat.
Yeah, see?
Oh, yeah.
I've seen that before.
Lenny, I'm going to put that on my dick and send you a picture.
Why does it look so big?
Fuck you.
The one thing I have to say, though, is I was a little shocked because when we first started watching the movie, because I always known that Nick Castle was the Shape, and I didn't realize that he basically only played him unmasked, and it was a completely different actor playing the Shape, which was James Jude Courtney, which in a way, when you see him do his moves, he did a great job. Because you know how like Michael Myers just walks in just like this pose where he's like, upright, and he's just like very, it's what would you say it is? Like, what kind of walk is it? Like almost like a dead walk or something like that? Because
no. It's very, very deliberate. Very like
He's like he has a direction he's going. At all times.
Yeah, I mean, like
almost robotic.
So yeah, exactly. So sorry, man.
I was actually going to say that robotic.
Well, I'm sorry, man. I don't know if that's what you meant by dead walk. Because like when you say dead walk, I'm thinking like zombie.
Yeah, no, more like robotic is actually the perfect word to say it. So.
It makes sense that they have a different guy playing him when he's in the mask because there's a lot of very physical fucking scenes.
Like, Nick Castle, I think, is in his 70s right now. So.
Yeah, so like the fact that they got some other dude, I understand that because even for a 67-year-old dude who's in good shape, there's some pretty physical, brutal fucking scenes.
But he copies the original 1978 exactly like.
He does,
precise.
But I
think he does a good job.
A lot more. I don't know how to describe it, but like he, as weird as this sounds, it's like Michael Myers went to the insane asylum for 40 years and learned how to fight, because you notice like there were a few times that people would go to hit him or go to do something, and like in the 70s version he would just take the shots and just keep coming, but in this, like, he'd fucking grab their arm or block, or
he
he'd
very
do
well could
something
have
to
learned how to
stop
fight
them.
after 40 years in a fucking asylum. I'm assuming some shit has gone
so like
down.
he became like, someone would swing at him and he wouldn't just take it, he would fucking catch their hand.
Just
his reflexes were very fast.
in that final fight scene, though, like that, where it even shows him using a fucking knife to cut somebody's fucking Achilles and shit like that. I'm like, God damn.
I fucking love that.
Yeah,
I love that so much.
You just don't see him being so precise.
And someone tries to shoot him, he
with
like
the
kicks
stuff.
their hand and shit. Like, it's almost like he went into the insane asylum and came out like Michael Myers ninja. Like, he's a fucking badass.
Well, that's one thing that I want to bring up when we are talking about this, is we have to discuss our favorite kills in this movie, because there's so many fucking good kills.
Dude, I'm so excited.
Yeah. Now, the one other thing about, if anybody doesn't know who Nick Castle is, Nick Castle played the original Michael Myers in the 1978 version. But the thing about him is he's 74 years old. Jeez.
Well, what's funny is is that Lenny was talking about the other guy being more physical, Courtney, Jude, whatever the fuck.
He's 64.
Yeah, James. Or sorry, his first name's not Courtney. James Jude Courtney is 64 himself.
So he's only about 10 years younger than Nick Castle.
Damn.
I mean,
Now,
10 years is, a big fucking difference.
No, it is. But the thing about Nick Castle, he's also a movie director. I'm sure if you guys have ever seen these movies, he did The Last Starfighter. He directed that one, and he also directed a child classic, Dennis the Menace.
Which was a good movie.
Yeah, no, it was a decent movie. But then when you see him in this role as Michael Myers, as the Shape, I mean, do you think it's better calling him Michael Myers or the Shape? And what do you prefer?
Or the Boogeyman.
Yeah, Boogeyman's a good one.
Dude, I really like that, man. I really like how they kept referring to him as the Boogeyman.
Yeah, and because in their own town, they're not going to refer to him as the Shape, is what we've done. They have their own little nickname, for the monster.
Yeah, dude. Plus, that scene from the first movie, like where the kids are taunting Tommy. I believe it was Tommy in that scene, where
no, that was Lonnie that was being taunted. It was Lonnie
in the very first movie.
Oh, in the first one, I'm talking about.
I think it was Tommy. The boogeyman's gonna get you. The boogeyman.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It was
I do think you're right.
That was they took that clip and they put it in White Zombie's Boogeyman.
Yeah,
and it's become iconic, man. It's so fucking cool. So I like the name Boogeyman rather than than Michael Myers, the Shape, or anything else.
Oh yeah. Did you want to go ahead, Stu, and give the disclaimer about the?
Okay, we're not going to be going too much into any of the other Halloweens. Even the 2018 one, because we're going to end up dropping a massive Halloween episode on Halloween.
The last one for our Halloween slasher series.
To cover all these films. Everything from the original to the Rob Zombie reboots to the 2018s. We're going to be covering a nice broad section of that. And so we're going to try to stay away from comparing or, making assumptions based on previous films, and just be talking about this film by itself on its own merits.
But this is so hard though, because
it is
because as it turns out, this movie it ties so much into the original film and adds stuff to it and everything like that.
Yeah, because I think it's within 24 hours, just those two movies alone. Isn't it?
No, I mean talking about the first movie and the 2018.
Oh yeah.
That's
it makes reference to.
Well, that's 40
years.
Yeah,
dude, there's a great through line for all three movies, whatever. And that's something that I really like about the movie. How it really built on the mythology of that timeline, and then added to it this whole new character, Lonnie or whatever. Which, correct me if I'm wrong, whatever, was never actually really in the original movie.
I don't remember him at all.
Yeah, he seemed like he was kind of added at the last second, whatever. But I really liked
how. Which would make sense, because it was just some random kid that Michael Myers just ran into.
Which is very likely that probably happened that night.
Yeah, because he creeps, he kills, and then he goes home.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool how they added him into the story, and they kind of wove him into it, and it was not just oh yeah, he was there, by the way, and we're going to talk about him in the second/third movie. It was also he was the friend of Allison's dad.
Yep.
And they had the whole oh yeah, he sold me peyote, whatever. No, he sold me peyote. It was this whole cool thing, man.
Yep.
And you really kind of you heard about him in the 2018 version, and then you actually get to meet him in this movie. It was cool. I liked
and then
it.
felt really well that whole small town vibe that Haddonfield embodies. Where everybody of a certain age range, they all basically know each other because they grew up and everybody recognized, versus a bigger town. You could have entire thousands and thousands and thousands of people in the same age range.
Yeah.
They're not going to fucking know each other. and that worked really well.
And the one other thing that I wanted to point out before we slide into you and basically on
I'm sorry, man. I wasn't trying
No,
to.
no. I just wanted to say I loved seeing Dr. Loomis. I love seeing that in the beginning.
I know how much you want to slide into Tyler.
Yeah, I
I'm
said
glad someone picked up that phrase. I was like, what are we doing?
it's like 2 thumbs up my ass.
Hey,
That was the best.
all right. Well, I'm all wind up, so I'm ready for your daddy.
Oh, it's nice
yeah.
and loose. All right. This is going south real quick. Okay, so Tyler.
Dude, you start off with the titties and the beanbags. Fuck you. suddenly I'm the bad influence. Fuck you.
We got a question is though, real quick. Do you know the Dr. Loomis scene? Did it seem like there was a little CGI in that, or do you think that they basically?
Dude, that was great. Like
Because
like,
I
the
didn't
fucking-
notice it at all.
No,
The de-aging was
yeah.
fucking seamless.
Yeah.
Especially with how short of a scene, so they could heavily invest. All right, we're going to do this quick. Not a lot of movement.
Yeah.
All right,
don't-
we're going to make them look right, and that's it.
But the thing that
Done
sucked
with it.
is that Loomis was going to kill him, and then Hawkins stopped him.
Yep.
That's what made the bit where he felt like it was his fault. So
But then also Hawkins shooting his fucking partner in the goddamn throat.
yeah.
Like, goddamn.
What was he? I mean, I thought he was thinking about like shooting his partner like through the shoulder to go through Michael Myers or something like
No,
that.
I think
That's
he was
what I thought he
aiming
was
at
trying to
Michael
do.
Myers' head.
Oh,
and
okay.
it was already established earlier when he first saw Michael Myers.
Yeah.
At 50 yards, and just fucking unloaded 3 or 4 rounds, and just fucking Michael Myers didn't get touched at all. He's like, oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna-
I'm just gonna keep on fucking rolling. You're just a bad fucking shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, my prior background job that I had before, I'm definitely going to talk a lot about the gun stuff because that was fucking annoying.
Oh, it's-
Nobody knew how to fucking shoot.
Yeah.
Nobody except for Jamie Lee Curtis, and she was in a fucking hospital bed the whole time.
Yep.
So the whole town's fucked. She's the only one that knows how to pull and shoot a gun. Everyone else is like, oh, there's Michael Myers. Bing, ba, 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 bing.
Yeah.
It was like the scene from fucking Pulp Fiction where that kid comes out and he goes, die, motherfuckers, and he unloads.
You just see him staring at each other. It's like,
And they're like,
oh,
look,
fuck this guy, and it just shoot him?
yeah. Like it was like I was like, dude, every fucking scene, Michael Myers is like, man, this is easy. I'm not getting shot at all. It's great.
Yeah, so Haddonfield apparently doesn't have much of a marksman program at all.
Yeah. I mean, I'll get into my stuff. I'm sorry. I'll skip ahead, but
So Tyler,
Go
what are
ahead,
your favorite
Tyler.
scenes, buddy?
Go ahead.
Yeah, so Lenny used to work for the cartel, by the way. He's like, so,
Neckties. You know, it's busy work, man.
yeah. Well, I mean, he's on the straight and narrow now, so God bless him.
Is
Cheers.
straight really the right word?
Well, I mean, we do call him Big John in private, so
There you go.
So what are your favorite scenes, Tyler?
he holds his wine glasses.
It's a goblet. It's not a wine glass.
I'm checking it for testicular cancer.
It's a goblet. I'm fancy. I'm royalty.
We've talked like fucking like 10% about the movie so far. All right, cool. So my my likes and my dislikes about this movie. So the opening is fucking cool as fuck, dude. I really liked it. So the opening starts with, it tells the story of Officer Hawkins. Like, you know, they referenced it in 2018 how he was the first officer on scene of the babysitter murders, and you know, like, but I was thinking back to thanks for sharing, Dick. Appreciate it.
Ron's over here pouring a
You're
nice.
still drinking wine.
Yeah, I know.
You still have wine in
I
your
have-
glass too.
I
you
have-
dick
I have-
I'm a
bunger?
wine drinker.
I have 2 hands. Fuck.
I'm not a wine drinker. Oh, this Guinness is delicious. Fuck you guys.
Yeah. So he was the first officer on the scene of the babysitter murders, and I was thinking back, I was like, I don't remember seeing anybody that had the name Hawkins or that first officer that was on scene, because the movie ends. Yeah, like you never really like saw the first officer on the scene or whatever. Like, so that was something that they kind of wove into the storyline, and I really liked that.
And it felt natural. It did.
Yeah, and it was really cool about how Michael's arrest at the end like mirrored when he was a child.
Yes.
Like him standing outside, just standing there, you know, like and
Yeah, you know what? I didn't
taken
even
down.
think about that.
Yeah, like that, like the slow pan out, like they took the mask off off Michael as a child, and like this the camera kind of like pans away or whatever. It's the exact same thing with Michael in that scene. I really like that back that callback to the original movie, the OG 78 version, and then like of course the opening is like the Halloween on fucking steroids opening. I really appreciated how the 2018. I know we're not supposed to talk about the 2018 or whatever, like so fucking whatever. But I really like how there's this callback to the original 78 and then like the 2018, and like in this one, like the opening with the jack-o'-lanterns, there's multiple jack-o'-lanterns, and the last one is just like
on fire.
Melting.
dude, it is fucking rolling,
Which
dude.
makes you
It's
wonder
so
what
fucking cool.
what Halloween Ends is going to be like with the intro, because I'm sure they're going to try and do something different.
You know, man, fuck these motherfuckers, dude. I have a really big problem with that. I really thought that this was going to be like the last movie, like that Michael was going to get truly burned up, or he was going to be exploded or something like that. Like this was going to be like evil dies tonight, like, and who's going to be fucking done?
Yeah.
Like, they played their hand early. So we know that, like, the Halloween Ends is coming out. We know there's a third movie coming out, technically fourth. And we know he's going to live at the end. Like, I think you had sent me something. I'm pointing at Ron, by the way. I think you had sent me something where it showed, like, the Halloween Ends, like the poster. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, they're making another movie. He's going to live at the end.
Yeah.
It totally fucking ruined it.
Oh,
Yeah, they
okay.
played their hand a little too early.
See, I've known that this was a planned trilogy since before they even released the first one.
Because you're a
See,
nerd.
no, see, the thing is, no, but the thing
I
is,
say that with respect.
I heard differently. That's the thing. I heard differently. I heard that this was only supposed to be a two-parter. That the director only said that it was only supposed to be
No,
a
he was-
two-parter movie.
he was
and
absolutely-
Blumhouse got on him to make a third one because it's
maybe
going to be so
Blumhouse
big.
before, they...
What is it, Blumhouse or Bloomhouse?
I thought it was Blumhouse.
Bloomhouse.
Blumhouse.
I thought it was Blumhouse.
I know it's Blum, but I thought it was pronounced Bloom. All right. But
is
yeah,
what it is.
either way, I thought that maybe in the beginning, maybe he had an idea for two movies, and like, no, let's. We think you can make it into three. All right, and so it did. But before principal photography was even done on the 2018 one, it was already being advertised. This is the first of a trilogy of movies,
Which I wish they didn't do, because then you already know that Michael Myers is going to fucking.
But if they don't, because the director and the creator, they're going to want to tell a overarching story and set down the stuff. So rather than, all right, we're going to blow our load in this first movie, and then, you're greenlighting me for a sequel? Oh shit, let me try to figure out how I'm going to shoehorn, whatever I'm going to do here. And versus if they basically commit, like, listen, as long as each one does well, we're giving you 3 movies right here. And by all means, set it up, tell a long form story where they're all interconnected.
Yeah.
All right. So you can set your pieces now in this movie for the next movie and then the one after that. And then in your second movie, you can continue set pieces for the third movie. We're pretty fucking confident you're going to be able to tell an overarching story. And that's what I feel like that this one was. It was definitely an act 2. It was darker. It was the much bloodier bad guy winning type feel, which is a traditional act, number 2 of a trilogy. It's
The Michael Myers Strikes Back.
Yeah. All right, and then
Emperor Strikes
and
Back.
Halloween Dies, which is what they're going to, is where we potentially see the true end of Michael Myers.
Well, see, the thing is, there also was a talk. I already saw that they already have a 4K Blu-ray release coming out, and it's got an extended cut, and it also has an alternate ending. So I'm really curious what that alternate ending is going to be.
I'm betting they don't have the beat down scene.
It's where they take the mask off, and he has like a tender moment, and like the person that's killing him realizes that he's the dad. And then he dies, and he comes back as a ghost with this little green dude, and they talk about the stuff that happened.
Him and Tommy start making out.
You guys are dicks.
I was hoping that you would keep going with it, and then the ship lands,
Ron is just
and then the clowns come out, and
Ron's
they
like-
start turning people into cotton candy, but they eat the cotton candy.
Ron's like, I'm pretty sure that's Star Wars. What is he talking about, man? Your hipster beard.
You fucking hipster shit.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. No, Tyler's not going to be saying, fuck you.
He's all upset, ladies and gentlemen. Calm down. Oh my God.
So that wasn't the only thing that was flaming in this movie. We'll get into that in here in a second. So there was also
I know what you're going at.
we had Little John and Big John. All right, so one thing again, that I had kind of talked about earlier about how this movie did a really, really, really good job of tying and weaving things together between the original film and the 2018. So there's this talent show in a bar in Haddonfield, and we're introduced to some characters that we haven't seen in a really, really long time. And we're talking about your boy.
Anthony Michael Hall, yeah.
Anthony
Tommy
Michael
Doyle.
The geek from 16 Candles, Weird Science. Great 80s actor from the John Hughes films.
Yeah, wasn't he the kid from Babysitter's Club too?
Yeah, he was also in Edward Scissorhands as the boyfriend, the mean boyfriend.
Yeah, that's right.
And he
yeah.
also had a recent spin on the Goldbergs
And if you all have ever seen
on the Goldbergs, the show about the 80s.
Yeah.
He's was one of the high school teachers. The cool
course.
high school teacher too.
Yeah.
Which is
Mess with the bull, you get horns.
Exactly.
it's like,
it worked out perfectly.
y'all remember the Freddy Got Fingered? That piece of shit. He was also in that one too. Yeah, and he was also in The Dark Knight. He was a newscaster.
Sausage? Daddy, would you like some sausages?
That movie is so fucking stupid.
Oh my god, dude, it's so good though. It's so fucking good.
It's random. It's
Look at my
just
hooves. Look at my hooves, dude. It's so fucking dumb, but I can remember everything about that fucking movie, dude.
I remember Rip Torn in, and I fucking love Rip Torn in that movie.
Speaking of getting fingered, tangent. Back to you, Tyler.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you. You're better at this shit than I am. So we get to like I said before, like all the characters are woven together and into this movie from the original to the 2018, and like so we get to like see Tommy Doyle again, and he's all grown up, and we also get to see the kid that Annie was babysitting from the original movie, dude. Like I don't know about you, man. We'll get into this on October 30th, but Annie was my piece, man. Like, dude, out of all like the babysitters, all the girls, whatever from that movie, whatever, like Annie was hot as fuck, dude.
She was. She absolutely fucking
No,
was.
she actually was. Like,
Yep.
yeah. Like she's what was the line? It was something about oh, like what are you thinking about? Or whatever. It's like, well, why don't we stop talking about it? Like, and once you come over, we can start doing those things that I'm thinking about. I was just like, damn, this bitch don't play around at all.
Exactly.
Didn't she have at one point? Didn't she have pigtails? Like she put her hair in pigtails at one point.
I can't remember, but
I think so.
I'm pretty
think
sure
so.
she did.
I
Yeah.
think so.
And
Yeah.
the scene, one of the scene where she is about to get iced, they show it in Scream because remember they're sitting
Yep.
there watching Halloween.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, the obligatory chick shot.
Yep.
That was her. Yeah.
That's when that's the part when they also started doing the rules, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And dude, so for that episode, man, like I have a huge like love letter to write to Halloween because of Scream. Because you think about all the rules and everything Randy talks about. It's a lot of it has to do with Halloween, man.
Almost all slasher films were birthed organically out of Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From 1978. Like
That episode is dropping on October 31st, so that's gonna be a Halloween finale. For
As long as the
Slasher
editor
series.
doesn't fuck it up.
It'll be done.
So, but yeah, like the kid that Annie was babysitting, the little girl, we get to see her like all grown up now. The nurse who is driving Dr. Loomis, like, you know,
Yes.
we get to see her again, much older now. And she dies a pretty interesting death, based on on the first time we saw her. And we also see a new character, Lonnie, which I believe we'd mentioned before.
Yeah.
Who's referenced in the 2018 movie. You get to see him all grown up because of course he's Cameron's father.
Yeah.
The guy who's cross dressing with Allison.
I hated his character. Hated it altogether. Like I said, we're not going to talk about the 2018. We're talking about this one, but even in this one, I did not like him. And when he got killed, I was actually happy.
So you actually hear that, folks, that Ron actually hates transgenders.
You fucking.
All right, so we get into a scene where we get to see the great and powerful Lenny Clark. And rest in peace, Lenny Clark. He goes out fucking bad, dude. That guy dies a very slow, painful death. And that was actually kind of an interesting scene because, Lenny, Michael, reaches through a window, fucking slams his head against the wall a few times, and then drags him into a bathroom, drags him into the kitchen, and puts his body over top of an island, and he it seemed almost kind of gratuitous. And this is the one scene that kind of bothered me about the movie. Is that Michael's always been very deliberate in the way that he walks, the way that he kills, because it always kind of seems like once he kills somebody, he's done.
Yes.
He's like,
Now with this one, it felt like he was almost making a masterpiece inside the kitchen. Basically,
that's right. This is the one death scene that kind of seemed out of character to me because I wasn't really entirely sure what was going on. But Lenny Clark's body is put over the top of an island, and as his dying wife watches him because she had a fluorescent light tube pushed through her fucking neck.
Yeah.
And she's slowly bleeding out watching this happen. He's taking knives out of a knife block and he's stabbing it into his back one after another. It's a really brutal fucking scene. And it's my only thing I could draw from it is that Michael was picking his implement. He was deciding which knife was going to work for him.
See, I was thinking that's what it was going to be, but then when he grabbed the last one, it wasn't. He grabbed it from the block. It wasn't. I thought he was going to, try to each one to see how it felt going into the body, and then when he found the right one, then also you see him pull it out and then continue on. No, that wasn't it. He used all the knives except for the last one, and then okay, this is it.
And this kept
So-
him walking.
See, I felt like it was more of his evil was just getting bigger to the point where he was just starting to make his kills a lot more, even more gruesome. Like he was actually just getting more hardcore in his kills, basically. That's how I felt.
I've got to disagree a little bit. He actually does make masterpieces. If you remember the first Halloween, other Halloween movies, he doesn't always do it. Sometimes he straight kills and moves on. But then other times, remember like the girl that was... She was dead, but she was sitting in the chair and she had a sheet over her.
Yeah.
And there was blood where the eyes, like, so she looked like a ghost. And I remember, like, that other dude was, like, pinned up against the wall. Like, in the first movie, like, one of the guys was, like, he had like pinned him up, like, so he was like stuck. So he does do that. Like,
Well, he did
some
it
of
in
his
this one also with the merry-go-round, with the mask, putting all the masks on the
Right,
dead
so
bodies
he
and
does-
putting the witch
so
and
he
hanging
does
them
do
up.
that.
Big and Little John kind of reverse recreating the
Yep.
photograph.
So he does do that. He honestly, I think that's part of.
It's like
part
a
of his
gore
thing.
masterpiece, basically.
Yeah, he's creating
Art.
something like art.
Yeah.
It's his way of expressing himself.
Yeah.
in a
No,
way.
that's a good point right there. Expressing himself.
Yeah.
Damn.
Sorry. Every now and then, Lenny has a little something under his sleeve.
No, I mean, like it's a good point. Like, you know, like what is the motive? You know, like why does Michael kill? And why does
He's
he
pure
kill?
evil.
Why?
I mean, that's basically what they're trying to point at. He's just pure evil. He has no soul.
But it's not that simple. He's still a person. Like,
Yeah.
and we definitely crossed that line with this movie, like of him being supernatural. We definitely fucking did. There's no doubt about that. Like,
Yeah, no, that's why I already got on the ending here. I was like, something. He's supernatural. Something's happening. He's powerful than anything. Nothing could stop him. But also, I remember one of the lines. I don't remember who said it. How he's a 6-year-old in a adult body, basically,
With the mind of an animal.
a mind of an animal. Yes, which actually I loved that. So I mean, you ever thought of that?
No, because he shows creativity. Like, you know, he shows like that he's able to create art with his deaths, and he's able to like to recreate art, i.e., like the picture from Little John and Big John.
Yeah.
So he is definitely more than an animal.
But it's that could be the 6-year-old side of it, you know, replicating stuff, because like going on recreating the picture, going on making a scary ghost by the sheet, and so it was all very simple stuff most of the time. Putting these two bodies on a fucking merry-go-round, it's nothing super technical or drastic. It's very simple stuff that would fit the, you know, with the whole 6-year-old sensibility, potentially, where his mind fucking broke when he killed his fucking sister.
Yeah.
And there is a motive. There is something there, because, like they said, he goes out, he creeps, he kills, he goes home. Like, he has a pattern. He does have. There's some motive. There's something that's driving him there.
But I have a question.
You know?
I have a question about that. Please go on if you have anything else further. But I do have a very, very good question about his whole, like, he creeps, he kills, he goes home.
Yeah, and it's funny because originally, like, they were like, oh, he's going after Lori, but he's not. It's like,
He just wants to get back to the house.
like
That's
he
his
just
ultimate
wants to be
goal.
back in his house.
Well, when Karen's looking at the end, when she's looking inside the window and she sees basically like a little image of young Michael Myers. I mean,
As a child, yeah.
as a child, I mean, there's something saying right there that he's still a child. That's what he is. He's not an adult. He's just a child trapped in a adult body, and he just he's making art. I don't know. You know what? It is a little confusing actually when you think about it now.
What was
it
the
is.
question you're going to ask, Tyler?
So, Mike, so my question is again, yeah, man, like is it you know, some sort of urge? Is it art? Like, whatever. So his face, they ask a question in the movie, like, you know, like, he goes to the window and he stands in the same spot, like, you know, like that he stood in as a child, the same spot he stood in as right before he killed
His sister.
well before he killed Hawkins' partner.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he goes back there and he stands in the same spot. And like, is he looking out the window or is he looking at his reflection? So my question is that, you know, for a killer that will stop everything that he's doing to take off, like, you know, like, or for a killer that will stop everything that he's doing to put his mask back on because of his, like, you know, he has some sort of, like, you know, like shame about his face. Why did he stand in front of that window looking at the reflection of himself?
Maybe that was the only place that he felt that he could, because it's not a true mirror reflection. All right, it's softened, it's deadened by the background images. It's not like you're looking in a 100%, you know, silverback mirror or something like that. So depending on how you focus will determine on what you're seeing. I'm pulling this straight on my ass. I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to sound like some fucking smart motherfucker. But potentially something like that, he feels right, and then he also felt most connected with that spot in his sister's room. He felt most connected to be there and kind of look upon what he's done, look upon who he's become, and kind of let his brain just kind of drift off and go to its happy place and just be there.
Slide.
Exactly.
Fight Club.
He kills a lot of people by gouging out their eyes, like, or stabbing them through the eye. And we saw this in the movie, and like there's been some other films like where he's attacked the eyes directly. And I don't know if that's necessarily meant to sort of attack us as the viewers, oh, that's my eyes, that's how that's what I used to to protect myself. That's how I used to feed myself. What if if he attacks the eyes because he doesn't want anybody to look at him.
That too, but also they've always said the eyes are the window to the soul. So maybe him standing there looking at his reflection, it's a very grandiose way of trying to look into his own soul, at that window where he crossed that uncrossable line, from a normal kind of fucked up boy to, I got my fucking sister here, and just, he's just looking into his own soul, and then he's also gouging out the soul of the judgmental eyes of these other people as they're looking at him. He's destroying that aspect of it.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I've kind of wondered, man. Is he is he kind of gouging out the eyes of others because he doesn't want them to look at him?
Yeah.
It's,
and also, but a more simple explanation: eye is a major fucking weak point on any creature. So
Anybody,
if you go with the
You take away the eyes,
roll,
you're a lot weaker.
yeah.
Yep.
Go to the apex predator roll right there. Boom, soft spot.
Well, so Tyler, what was some of the stuff that you didn't like?
All right, so some things I didn't like about this movie. So the whole supernatural role of Michael, so I really liked how in the original film, the 78 version, I should say, and the 2018, they did a fairly good job, the 78 version, and and to a lesser extent the 2018 version, they kept it to very much so of Michael is a mortal, he is a human being, he's just whacked as fuck, he's just crazy as fuck. This movie crossed that line. They absolutely did, and it seemed very, very jarring.
How many times did he get shot at the end?
It was very Jason-esque because Jason is the same way. He's unstoppable. People shoot him and stuff, and nothing fucking kills him.
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah, because even in the first 4 movies, you just see him just constantly getting hurt and everything else, and nothing happens to him. He gets a fucking hatchet to his head, and he's still alive in the final chapter. So
yeah, and at what point are you just kind of oh my god, this guy's unstoppable? To where you're just nothing can kill this guy. He's completely and totally unstoppable. It doesn't matter. He keeps coming. Just kill me, bro. Just get it over with because there's nothing I can do to stop you. There's kind of a fine line that you were dance where a character is really really powerful and they are way too powerful. And and that's kind of feel where this movie definitely kind of crossed that line where he goes from being a crazy dude on the rampage to this really truly supernatural being. And Laurie's or Jamie Lee Curtis's sort of monologue about how he kills and he gets stronger and blah blah blah.
Yep.
That whole speech seemed kind of out of place where she was kind of explaining this to Hawkins, and yeah, man, I didn't like it. I didn't like how suddenly out of nowhere Michael just kind of seemed kind of supernatural and undefeatable. And what we're talking about here is that there's a scene where Michael is in he's in the original what was it it was Lampkin's Road or something like that or
yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah. He was in the original house and he's getting ready to deliver
his childhood home.
He's getting ready to deliver the death blow to Allison, the granddaughter of Laurie Strode. He's getting ready to do it or whatever, and and Laurie Allison kind of looks off to the right and she's just just do it now. do it now, fucking kill me, do it now. And she's like, she's looking off to the right or whatever. And she's talking about how Karen is standing behind
with a pitchfork.
What do I call Jason? Michael. And she stabs in the back of the back with a fucking pitchfork in the middle of a suburb. Whatever.
No,
I didn't think about that.
No, the pitchfork was the Big John, Little John. They had those.
Oh, you talking about those two little?
Their,
they on the front porch. They had the little Halloween decoration.
Big John even, he hits the pitchfork with the baseball bat or whatever he was carrying, and so because he thinks kids are fucking with him, he's like, "Next time I'll kiss you with a pitchfork," and he's just yelling at them. So just a couple of creepy looking figures, which were kind of a twisted version of the painting.
The farmer's wife or whatever.
American Gothic.
But however, I will point out, if there was a gay couple like living in a house in the middle of America, wouldn't they have like Farmer John and Farmer John? Like why would they have? Why would they have Mr. and Mrs. Farmer?
It could be because
doing an artistic representation.
Exactly,
of American
because
Gothic.
they were really into art and they wanted to depict like a zombie version of the Gothic America thing. I could see that.
I did like how they told the little story to the kids that were giving a prank on them and everything, and
which,
scaring
by the
them.
way, love those fucking kids.
Yeah.
I love those fucking kids. That was a great fucking prank. That was awesome. Them one fucker running to the house. I got all your candy. I was like, yes, that is awesome. That is the spirit of Halloween
The
right
gay
there.
couple's like, little shitheads. Like, that was great.
Going over back to what you said about the thing about the supernatural ending, does that make you worry about the next movie? Does it make you worry that the next movie is going to be completely different?
Yes.
Oh shit! Michael Myers has telekinesis, and he's like, "Bah!" Like, oh no, he's shooting things out of his hands now. Fuck.
I'm really wondering where they're going to go with this, because when you think about it, Laurie Strode was barely a character in this. She was in the hospital. Her stomach was all fucked up. So I have a feeling that she's going to be like almost like the main character in the third one. Like she's going to be the finale, especially when she says that she needs to die in order to get him to die. She needs to die.
She's gonna probably show up with the Michael Myers Buster suit.
Yeah,
like from Iron Man, and then it'll be like one of those. No.
I really wish I could live in your world, Lenny. I really do. It just sounds so amazing.
But yeah, like the crossing of the line of him being just a regular guy, like, and being supernatural. That's what I really didn't like, because after Karen hits him in the back with a pitchfork, she takes his mask off, takes him out in the middle of a street, and it leaves the mask in the middle of the road. And Michael, of course, that's his main focus at that point. Once his mask is removed, it doesn't matter. Nothing else fucking matters. Killing everything else.
He's got to get that mask back.
Goes by the wayside. He has to cover his face.
Yeah.
So he goes to the mask and he puts the mask back on, and then before you know it, he's surrounded by the townspeople.
I was hoping that he was like I said, that it was going to be just like the fireplace, but it was completely the other way around, and I was worried. I didn't know what the hell was going on right there.
See, the way I take it is, without the mask, he is Michael Myers.
But with the mask,
once he puts on the mask,
he's
he
the
is
shape.
The shape.
Yeah,
that's what it is, and that's his killing mode right there.
Beast mode.
I'm putting this on. So he realized he got trapped as Michael Myers. He's like, all right, you fuckers want to go down? I'm gonna fucking put bring the shape out to play.
Yeah.
And that's what he fucking does, and that's where he feels complete for that role. It really is almost 3 different personalities that Michael has. He has the little 6-year-old, all right, who will permanently intelligently probably be stuck at that mental age, the rest of his life, when his mind fucking broke that age. He has the animalistic side that is just driven to do what it needs to do to accomplish its goal. And then it has the shape, which is, the more artistic side, the killer of, killers that he is. He's doing what he wants to do, and viciously and without remorse, and just pulling that out.
You're saying basically the mask is his personality. Like that is something that completes
freedom.
him. Yeah. It's kind of his almost like his getaway. He can't go. He can't go without his mask. Because I'm trying to remember, because he did. We can't go back to the other ones, but I'm the 2018. But he does kill without his mask, but not to the brutality that he does when he has the mask on.
That's his safe space.
Yeah.
So Stu, what was your pros and cons for this?
Okay, pros, absolutely the opening scene, the fire scene.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Actually, that wasn't the opening scene.
Well, I know it's not the opening scene, but
Yeah.
that's where. All right,
That's where it started,
This is what we've been waiting for.
Yes.
I really, when he came out in that fucking doorway, I really expected him to just crack his neck, start cracking his
Well, when
knuckles.
he takes
You knew
the
he was-
Hollinger bar and he
Yeah.
like slams it on his hand like
Yeah.
he's ready to go.
You just know he is fucking this is all bets are off, no holds barred.
What, did I
This is
say it
this
wrong?
Movie's going to be.
Did I say it wrong? Halligan?
Halligan.
Words are hard.
It's not even a Halligan, it's a hooligan.
Okay, whatever.
No, it was.
I was
yeah,
close.
I'm gonna get into that in a second, but go ahead, Stu.
So that was amazing. How I enjoyed the aspect of showing the town becoming basically evil, becoming what it owned.
They became the monster.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even though it was kind of heavy-handed the way they did it, I felt it was like, okay, we get it. But I like that idea of it, that turning the entire town into monsters, into murderous.
But do you feel like that'd be realistic in a way? Do you feel like that would actually happen? 'Cause in a way, I think it would. so.
Vigilante justice
Yeah.
across the board, even to the point where the black sheriff, I'm blanking on his name for the life of me right now. Even his hat, his fucking cowboy hat that he wore, they showed it got fucking trampled by the fucking mass, and that just justice got trampled on, that type of very heavy-handed type of show. I enjoyed the scene where he keeps saying he's becoming supernatural, but even when they're beating the shit out of him and they're surrounded by those cars with the headlights, it feels very dark. It's like even when you're getting vengeance, it's still dark. It's still not fulfilling. You're still in your own little narrow world. I think that's what the director was probably trying to get across.
Sheriff Barker,
Thank you. I felt that
played by Omar J. Dorsey.
Yeah, so I enjoyed that, and the creativity of some of the kills, even the non-kills, like when the doctor who was dressed up as a nurse lady, she was doing the shooting and stuff like that. He just fucking kicks that goddamn door and causes her to shoot herself in the face. I was like, that's fucking genius. That is amazing right there. That is perfect.
Ninja Michael.
Yeah,
I feel like that scene was. I feel like that
saying.
scene was so unrealistic though, because the fact is that they could not get a shot at Michael. It did not make any fucking sense.
I'm gonna get into that.
No,
Yeah,
I agree.
patiently
I agree.
waiting. I've been
It's like he
patiently
was somehow able to repel bullets the entire fucking movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
But the strength, the brutality, the creativeness of some of the fucking kills. Well, it was a very, very gory, very horrific film. Absolutely great popcorn flick. Wonderful. The supernatural element, I am withholding judgment on it to see how they actually do in the third, because Michael Myers always has created that terror with realistically a low body count. He's been able to terrorize an entire fucking town, entire fucking neighborhood or whatever. Original one, I think he killed what, 3 babysitters? on his original killing spree.
Just 3.
Yeah, and it fucking terrified everybody.
Yeah, body count's a little higher in this one.
Yeah, just a tad.
shit. I'm wondering. You know what? I'm actually curious. I'm going to look that up. How many people were killed in this movie?
So, but that's what he's always been able to do. He's always been able to wreak havoc wherever he goes, and them choosing to say, well, him doing that is actually feeding him, making him more powerful. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna withhold judgment, seeing how you guys do with the third film. And now it could be a really smart play, or it could be a really horse shit garbage play, depending on how they do it. So that ending is going to be very up in the air to me right there. And that's how overall I feel about the film.
Okay, my turn. So, my turn. It's my turn, and I'm gonna. Yeah, we'll just buckle in, everybody. So here's the thing. I liked the film. I liked the town's like, I'm fucking done with this motherfucker. Fuck him. He's not something to be afraid of. We're going after him.
It's been 40 years.
Yeah, we're gonna fuck him up. I'm sick of this piece of shit. He should have been killed years ago. I liked that mentality. I liked the whole going out and hunting for him, and that whole kind of camaraderie The kill scenes were really good. I liked a lot of them.
By the way, 30 people were killed in this film.
See, it's a lot higher than like the original. But so here's where I'm going to get kind of nerdy when it comes to a few things. First of all, the hooligan bar that fucking bothered me, bro. That bothered me a lot. Any true fireman knows that a Halligan bar is the true Halligan bar. That piece of shit came out like years after the Halligan, and it was like a cheap, like knockoff thing that came together that's like a company made to try and make money and sell. It's garbage. Any fireman who's any fireman knows that is fucking garbage compared to an actual Halligan bar. Why the fuck they didn't just use an actual Halligan bar? I don't understand. Like it's being featured in a film, and based off of the trailer and based off of the scene that it's used, it is absolutely the epitome of it makes or breaks that scene. Had he came out onto that front porch with anything else in his hand, it would not have had the same effect as that Halligan bar. Now, what I mean by that is a hooligan bar is what they call it. What it is a piece of metal, and then the two ends are like riveted on. Okay, they're separate pieces that get attached on. A true Halligan bar is one solid piece of metal that is shaped into a Halligan bar. They're way more reliable. They're way more durable. They're just like superior in every way. Why the fuck they didn't just use that? I don't understand. That was driving me nuts. 2, the scene where the firefighters start fighting Michael Myers, and one of them has a fire hose and starts squirting him. You might as well have had a garden hose. I'm sorry, but the PSI.
Yeah, no,
hoses,
I agree with you on that.
I don't give a fuck.
Because I've been shot by one before.
I don't give a fuck who you are. That would have knocked him on. That wouldn't have just knocked him on his ass. That would have shot him back into the fucking house. The pressure from those hoses is no fucking joke. And the firefighter's sitting there just like, just kind of squirting him.
And
like,
also, why was he squirting him in the fucking chest?
Yeah.
Versus, I'm sorry, if I had that, I'm shooting him right in the fucking face.
Yeah, because it'll blind him and disorient him.
Yeah. The
might
best
give you a chance.
All right.
Right. So that really fucking bothered me.
Because it feels like you're being punched like over and over again from those. I mean, it's the amount of pressure it is. Because I've had that happen. It's got to feel what it feels like.
And we've had there's been firemen in the past out in the field that have gotten a full blast of a fire hose by accident, and they end up in the hospital. Like, it fucks you up. It is no joke. So the fact that they just kind of squared at him with the water, I was like, what the fuck is that? So that was my gripe with that. The other gripe that I have is the fact that fucking nobody, like I said earlier, and I'm gonna elaborate a little bit more on this. I'm no marksman myself, but I know how to shoot a fucking person that's 5 feet in front of me. For God's sakes, give me a fucking break. And almost every single motherfucker in the film has a 6-shooter. Why? Give me a fucking break. Yes, I know that Lori says, oh yeah, they never jam. Blah, 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 blah. That's great. But give me a fucking break. You like I have a Glock that holds like 18 rounds.
Yeah.
Okay, and the other thing that really fucking drove me nuts again is that it's almost like, not to get political, I'm not going to get political, but I'm just going to say this. I feel like it was sort of trying to make this depiction that Second Amendment gun owners are dangerous people because they don't know how to handle guns, and they're just wild herb shooting it in the fucking all over the place, and they're inaccurate. People are getting fucking almost shot and almost killed several times throughout this movie because no one has pistol discipline. Now, here's my thing. Are there people like that? Absolutely. But you're telling me that entire fucking town, there's not one motherfucker that is accurate and knows what gun discipline is? I don't know. You have a loaded gun, don't fucking point it at people.
Yeah.
Unless you don't point it at something unless you intend to destroy it. That's the way it goes with guns. Not to mention the fact, every single fucking person that was walking around searching for Michael Myers is holding the pistol way the fuck out here, and they're like, what are you doing? Nope. Christ. Like, there's a thing called called a Sewell position. You have it right here. And then if someone fucking pops up like Michael Myers would do, and this thing that drove me fucking crazy, you have a gun and you're fully extended out here, or you have a shotgun and you're fully like out like this, and you get close quarters, yeah, that gun's gone. Because the fucking person is going to put their hand out like this and grab it and you're fucked.
Yeah.
Forget it. But if I'm here, if I'm Sewell like this, and someone pops up out of nowhere and they're fucking like right on me, I can still turn my wrist like this and go pop, 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 pop. I can hit you here. I can hit you in the face. I can get several rounds into you and into your face before you can get your hands on that gun and you're fucking done. I don't give a fuck who you are.
Right.
Nobody did that. Not even the cops. They're just like, let's search around back. Get the fuck out of here. That drives me nuts.
I will say, most of the times we see the cops, they're back in the 70s. That we're
and
that was their
I will give you that
stance level.
But I'm like, oh my god.
Well, there's a lot of realism in this movie,
and that's one of the things that I did love. And I again, trying not to talk too much about the 2018 one, but there are a couple scenes with like Lori and with her daughter where they show fucking excellent.
Yes.
Like handling of weapons. They know what the fuck they're doing. They're accurate. Like the girl sitting there.
Because she's been training for the past 40 fucking years.
Yeah, like the one girl, she's down in the basement and she's screaming and she sounds scared until Michael Myers comes in the scene. She's like, I got you. Fucking bow bow. And she hits him dead on. Like, doesn't miss. Mm-hmm. You know, because if it had nicked him or something, I'd have been like, you have a rifle in your hand and you've trained for years and you nick him? Get the fuck out of my face. So the scene with the people in the SUV and they're like, we're going to get him. And the old lady who's wielding this little snub nose and she's fucking hitting everything except for him.
Yes.
And then the woman with the fucking nurse costume, she's like, die, motherfucker, bam! She shoots herself in the face. I was like, it was like literally almost every single person in this film that had a gun in their hand was a moron.
I was sitting next to Lenny in the theater and he was just busting laughing.
I was laughing.
Like, what the fuck is going on here?
I kept like, I'm sitting here and I kept doing this, like, what? Why? Why are you doing that, you stupid fuck? You know, they're like, we're gonna fuck him up. And here's the other thing that drives me nuts. Okay. Michael Myers, they beat his ass. He's on the ground, and like when Chick comes over with the butcher knife, like that's it. She stabs him in the back. Get the fuck out of here. I would have planted that thing all the way to the hilt in his fucking skull. And why the fuck didn't somebody sooner, as soon as he went to the ground, walk over to him with a fucking pistol and go boom and blow his head off? Nobody thinks to do these things. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, he's not dead. He's not fucking dead. Yeah. He's not dead. He's going to come back because no one bothered to shoot him in the fucking head.
Nobody does. That's the thing. His head is never shot in the whole film. And the fact that there was a sawed-off shotgun and nobody could just blow his head off, that is a point right like there. Because that would kill. I don't think he would come back after that.
I'm sorry. If you cut the head off, you explode the head, or you catch them like on fire until they are ashes, I don't give a fuck who you are. There's no coming back from that. And nobody thinks to do that. I'm like, he's on the ground. Just walk over and go, boom. The case solved. But then, you wouldn't have a third movie. So
I will say this, though. Michael Myers was smart when the house was burning down and he was inside the fucking closet.
Yes, I thought that was brilliant.
Yeah, when you just see that thing, the door just roll up and he just walks out. I was like, wow, that's smart. That's where he went. So he was just waiting for the house to burn down so he could just come right out, and he comes right out. It was perfect.
Because you can imagine, most likely, if Lori was smart, which she obviously was, that little like gun locker was probably like heavily like fireproof. So that if the house catches fire,
but the other side of the coin, that was her plan, was to make that into a kill box. All right, so she wouldn't have purposely left a hidey hole, for him.
Unless she didn't even think
no, the entire time she had planned that out for 40 years.
Yeah, well,
she would have figured out everything. Plain and simple. And people might say, well, maybe that was her plan if she got stuck down there with him. No, she was prepared to die with that motherfucker. Plain and simple. At any time. But was never about her self-preservation.
Which comes the final film. I think that's what's going to come down to. I don't see Laurie Strode surviving the third film.
So I think she's going to sacrifice herself to kill Michael. I think
that's what's going to happen. 3 different possibilities happening of this. All right, so the 2018 one was very Laurie focused.
Yeah.
Okay. This one, you can make the argument it was kind of Karen, focused, because she's kind of stuck in the middle of, yes, her mom was right, but also she lost her husband and the father of her daughter. She's the one who became the target, to tempt Michael. So the third one could be more about the granddaughter, if they're following that chain. Karen could actually be dead or possibly not dead, because we've seen not all deaths are actually true in this universe. So Karen could become the catalyst for everything, and Laurie could die in fucking act 1 of the third one.
Yeah.
Or Karen's death could provide either a linchpin or to bring Laurie and the granddaughter together after Michael, or it could completely destroy them both emotionally and leave them hollow shells. So Michael has already emotionally won.
How about Hawkins though? Because I feel like Hawkins is going to be a big character in the third one too.
Hawkins to me, I didn't like him.
You didn't like his character?
No, I don't see how he's likable. Seeing him killing
his own
his partner the way
partner,
like that.
He's incompetent.
yeah,
Well,
Exactly.
the thing is, it might be redemption for him. That's what I'm saying. He might come back for redemption.
Honestly, I think what's going to
Showing
happen.
you shooting your own partner in the fucking throat. I'm sorry, there's no redemption for that.
So honestly, what I think is going to happen ultimately is Michael Myers' baby is going to burst out of Laurie's chest just as
Jesus
she
Christ.
throws herself into the incinerator.
There you go.
And they're going to go, no!
So you guys all ready?
3 movie references now. Yeah!
Well, I think the things that we should go down now is I think we should go ahead and do our favorite kills in the movie, and then go ahead and do our Pints review. So what is everybody's favorite kill in this movie? Because there's so fucking many.
All right, so the first movie I really, really appreciate now, especially in respect, like it was a very, very slow burn. I think if you'll excuse me for a moment, I want to look at this up because I'm actually
The runtime?
truly no, I'm truly curious how long it is until the first kill of the original Halloween.
Probably like 40 minutes in or something like that.
It's really long, it's really, really fucking long, and I think the first kill is a dog, which take or leave it or whatever. Some people have felt very, very strong feelings about that. I personally don't like it when they kill the dog first, and I was like, come on, why the dog? Why do you kill the fucking dog? And the original, there's only 3 murders. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm trying to remember now. Him killing his sister. Did they actually show that happening, or did they just show the aftermath of when he was getting picked up?
You talking about the original?
Yeah.
They show it. They show him. They show the whole thing from the mass point of view.
Yeah, that's right.
POV shot.
Right. So there will be 4 deaths. There'd be his sister plus the 3 babysitters.
Yeah.
POV shot. I like that.
It was.
It was a POV shot. That's what it was.
Get your mind out of the porn hole.
Yeah, it absolutely was. Hashtag most popular porn right now. So,
Oh, she was naked.
next to stepsister. So, so the very first movie was an incredibly slow burn because with the exception of the opening scene where you see Michael as a 6-year-old killing his sister, which is a greatly recreated in this film with Karen. The movie is a great slow burn because there's this great building up to you really get acquainted with Laurie and Annie and Linda and everything like that. You really kind of get to know these characters. So when their deaths happen, they have more weight.
Yes.
This film has so many kills that's just it's fucking great to watch. But there's so many fucking kills they really don't have a whole lot of weight. So it really kind of begs the question, in this movie that has so many fucking kills, which I think we talked about, was something between 20 and 30 fucking kills. It's a big fucking movie. I would really like to see on a graph of all the great horror films, Hellraiser, Jason, Michael, fucking Freddy, Leatherface, all of them, Chucky, fucking you name it, man. In a single film, how many kills they have. This movie is probably up there. It would have to be.
I did that in our Jason Voorhees show where I actually had a whole.
You had total kills.
I had a total. Oh yeah, total kills from all the slashers. Yeah, I had a whole rundown of every single one, and I can actually tell you what Michael Myers was. Go ahead.
Excuse me.
Holy guacamole.
Bless you.
Better out than in.
Did you? Oh, God. No, so I saw a really funny picture
Jesus
of
Christ, dude, that stinks, man.
this
What
guy's
the fuck?
this guy's face, and he's happy, and it says when you fart while pooping, and it shows the same guy, but he's real serious. It says when you poop while farting. fucking awesome. The guy's like, oh no, it's not good. Sorry, I'm a big fourth grader. So did you? Yeah, your favorite kill? Who'd you?
Fuck you, man.
By the way, Michael Myers has 128 kills when it comes to all the movies.
Does that
together.
include this most recent one?
No. That in fact, actually, you get it. That does not. So that
it's
would be
158.
158 kills. Yeah. So
but
he's
hold on.
he climbed up above Jason because Jason's 157.
All right, so hold on. Would we say the nurse chick? Would you give that kill to Michael Myers?
Which one?
When the one who ended up shooting herself in the face, would you give that kill to Michael
No.
Myers?
Yes.
no,
Yes,
no,
I would.
because she committed suicide. No,
No, she didn't.
she shot herself.
He kicked her he right as she was pulling the trigger, he kicked her hand and the gun just happened to be pointed at her face. That's how that happened. So it was directly Michael Myers' fault. I mean, granted she's a dipshit, but she was pulling the trigger with the intention of the bullet going to him, but he kicked her hand.
Yeah.
Or something, and the gun just happened to go off.
The car door.
Yeah, like go off in her face. Which I was just when I saw that, I was like, for fuck's sake, because she had a nice big gun.
And that's
She
and
could've done
also
some damage with that thing.
the Hawkins partner. That's not Michael Myers' kill.
Hawkins partner.
No, that was Hawkins. Hawkins made the kill on that one.
I really fucking hate you. You can't remember that Hawkins killed like his own fucking partner? That had nothing to do with Michael.
Michael had him in the
Well,
so-
yeah, he
Hawkins
did,
shot him
but
in the
he
throat.
did. Hawkins didn't intentionally shoot his.
May not have
partner.
been intentionally.
He was just him being incompetent, not knowing how to fucking
Yes.
handle his pistol.
So
But-
could you really give credit for that death to Michael Myers?
That one. No, well, no, I guess not. Because I mean, he wouldn't have shot his partner in the throat had Michael Myers not been holding him there. But at the same time, you can make the argument that he shot his partner in the throat because he's an incompetent retard
Yes.
and doesn't know how to, is it a good shot? No, I don't know. He could have figured something else out, but I'm just gonna aim towards the head area and hope it hits Michael Myers. Oh, I hit my partner in the throat. Whoops.
Yeah.
Fuck, what are you doing?
So, but then I know you don't want some of these bodies to count because you want Jason to still maintain the body count, don't you? That's why you're like, no, doesn't count, Ron.
Doesn't count.
No, Jason. Actually, Michael Myers takes over. He takes over now. I'm not gonna lie, it sucks
Jason.
by one kill. So it is what it is. Yep. So what was your favorite kill?
So my favorite kill was the chick that shot herself.
Yeah.
It really was.
It made me
really
laugh.
fucking was. I laughed my ass off, out loud, fucking obnoxious, laughing in the middle of the theater, she fucking shot herself.
Yes, I heard you.
You dumb bitch.
That's good. Okay, my favorite kill would probably have to be Big John. Big John.
Where
Yes.
he fucking shoves his thumbs in his eyes.
Yes,
yeah.
and it worked so well. Seeing him stalk around with that little cheese knife,
Yeah, what the fuck is up with that?
and then him calling out Little John.
But yeah, but he also took his robe off and was getting all getting his box.
He was ready to fuck somebody else. He had no idea it was Michael.
And then he
goddamn
pulls that
Myers.
little knife. I was like, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
He had no idea it was fucking Michael Myers in the house. He just
Yeah.
thought somebody was being a fucking asshole and breaking
Yeah.
into a fucking house. So he's like, I'm going to fucking protect my homestead. Meh. All right, with that little tiny knife. Then Little John's like, I got this knife.
He's got the big blade. Yeah.
And so it felt so right just to see him, realize, oh shit, once he saw Michael Myers, and then just get wrecked. I was like, that's perfect. This is fucking perfect.
How about you, Lenny?
Honestly, during the firefighter scene when the one guy gets it with the K-12, I just thought that was fucking sick. I liked that one because K-12 is an awesome tool, and the fact that he tried, and Michael Myers is like, nope, and he just grabs it and fucking overpowers him.
Yeah.
That was fucking nuts. So yeah.
I would say the scene inside the car with all of them all together, that whole group, and the fact that he hung them up with the original trick or treat masks. I seriously seriously thought that was actually one of the coolest scenes because I love seeing those masks and how he did that whole masterpiece as we all talked about. I thought that was really neat, but especially the nurse, because didn't he get like something like just jabbed right into his face? What was it that he got jabbed into his face?
It was a
Up
butcher.
his-
a butcher knife, but it like went through the cheek,
through his like his cheek or something like
through
that.
the eye and, then
into
out
the brain.
forehead.
Yeah, I seriously, even though that those guys were stupid as fucking, couldn't figure out how to shoot a gun, the kill scene was very entertaining
it
to
was
watch.
hilarious.
With Michael Myers on top of the car and going in and everything, it was really good. So that was probably my
And
favorite.
the old lady, saying, and this is for Dr. Loomis. Click,
Yeah.
click,
Yeah,
click.
it's just like, oh shit. Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get into our ranking of these movies because I'm actually really curious how everybody's just going to be turning out for this one. So how about you go first, Stu?
Okay. As the movie by itself, I'm going to go ahead. It was enjoyable. Was it cinematically wonderful? No.
No.
Did I have a good time? Yes. I'm going to go ahead and give it 3. Now, building off of the previous ones, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 3.5 for now. But depending on what the next one does,
It might change your score.
it very well could. But so just based on its standalone, it's a 3.
How about you, Lenny?
Again, as a standalone, I'd probably give it like 3.5. Again, very good horror movie, very good slasher flick. I gotta agree with Tyler. The whole like supernatural, he's unstoppable, and everyone is incompetent retard aspect kind of threw me a little bit. I was like, oh come on, that part kind of bothered me. So, and again, I'm also going to agree with Stu in the fact that I'm very curious to see what they plan on doing with the third one. So, I'd say about 3.5 stars. It was good. It's worth seeing in theaters.
Yes. I'm going to agree on that. I'm going to agree that it was worth seeing in the theater because I think that was my first Halloween experience in the theater, believe it or not. I didn't see the Rob Zombie ones or any of the other ones, but this one was well worth it, but I would give it a 3. There was a lot of scenes that actually gave me chills, and that's what I like. If a movie scene gives me chills, I'm enjoying the fuck out of it, and there were a lot of that in this one. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching whenever Michael Myers graced the screen. I was happy. It was just seeing him just kill and just be brutal and be the robotic way that he was, and just his walk and everything. I fucking loved it. So I would give this movie, you know what, a 3.5. But I'm gonna agree with you and Lenny. The whole ordeal about what happens with Halloween ends, it completely might change the score. So we will definitely see what that is, and we'll tell our score on the next Halloween episode what of 2018 version is, and we'll see how that turns out. How about you, Tyler?
So man, I enjoy this film, like just like as sort of a thing to where I can kind of like walk in, sit down, like and kind of like turn my brain off and like and kind of enjoy it. Like it was a good time. So I'll give it a 3 because 3 pints, like it's definitely a good film. I didn't hate it, like I didn't love it or whatever. Like it's good enough. Like there's definitely something to be said about the professions of the film, like that, like sort of like they're sort of expressed, like the, like the firefighting and like in the medical perspective, some things that definitely were deficient. But beyond that, man, like it was a good time. Like I really don't like how Michael's becoming supernatural, but I'm really really interested to see how Halloween ends.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to our podcast, Barrel Age Flicks. We are so excited for the upcoming episodes headed your way and bonus episodes of The Small Batch, Sammy Selects, and now the new Tasting Room. If you like our show, please spread the word, give us a like, or leave us some kind of review on any of the social media pages. Give us a follow on Instagram, Barrel Flicks, or Facebook, Barrel Age Flicks. Our podcast is available on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Anchor, Radio Public, Audible, Pocket Cast, Spotify, Castbox, YouTube, and now Pandora. Please shoot us an email at barrelageflicks@gmail.com with comments and movie suggestions for future shows or any other things you'd like to let us know.
Credit to Carl Casey at White Bat Audio on YouTube. Man, your music is awesome. We thank you so much for that. It's great. You guys go ahead and check him out. I just want to say thank you so much. We hope to see you guys next week. Thank you so much for listening. See you then.